your real name?
Yes. My dad's name was Ray Rock. His dad was Lou Rock. Long line of rocks. I think the worst thing about having a name like Rock is people always ask me how to spell it. It's just too simple. They go like, is that R-O-C-H? And I'm going, no, that's with a K.
What are you looking for when you decide to work with a band or an artist?
Really good songs. I'm kind of a song-oriented person. I have to relate to kind of like what they're doing, and there has to be truth and honesty in what they're doing. Back when I was younger, I just did anything that was put in front of me just so I could work. And I think the older you get and the more wise maybe you just choose your projects based on the feeling you get from people.
So what do you like about Sterling mics?
I just put it through tests, and what I liked about it is it's similar to kind of like a European standard microphone that's in every studio, and it's priced where anybody could own it, and the quality is far outreaches what you pay for it. I've been pitched a lot of things in terms of microphones, and most of them sound kind of, they sound okay, but there's no character to it. This has a character to it. And so to me, when I used it on acoustic, piano, voice and stuff, I would go to it because of the character. And that's very hard to find in any kind of new product. I think everybody should buy two, as a matter of fact. I was just, and I'm not kidding, is like every microphone I have two of because, for whatever reason, if you're going to use it for something, you got to have a couple of them. Like piano, you need two of them. I would use it on anything: brass, piano, voice, acoustic guitar, electric guitar. It can take a lot of levels, so that's a good thing. I think classic microphones, the ones that have been around for a while, they kind of earn their place, at least at my studio, and they have to have those things I was talking about, the Sterling mic, some sort of characteristic that makes it you want to go to it.
Do you find a band that you would think this band could be a hit if I could just help bring it out of them?
I don't, to me, I've never really looked at making records like that. I've always just loved making records. I think my involvement in anybody that's done well has been just kind of very serendipitous. It's like been just by chance. Nothing was planned out. I think there's a lot of people that think there's some sort of planning behind albums. And I've been having meetings with bands for a very long time, and usually what you talk about at a meeting never really happens when you make a record. Records usually just, they're a combination of time, people, equipment. That's what really makes a difference in a record. It's not so much about, some conceptual thing. I think the best records have a lot of accidents and moments that you don't really plan. They just happen.
With the industry in flux, do you have any advice for those who would follow in your footsteps?
I just think that the most important thing is really to have a love for the art, because some of the financial part of the business is having a tough time. So I think to really be involved in the business, you have to look at what we do in engineering, production, and making records as an art form, and kind of treat it as that. You're an artist, and you just got to be happy doing it. You kind of got to have it in you. Most of the people that work like at this studio and the people that I'm involved with, we all just love what we do. So I think even if we didn't get paid, we'd be doing it. So.
Do you have a home studio?
Yeah, it's a nice place. And Hawaii, when I moved to Hawaii, it was a decision. Well, to move there was tough because I knew I'd be out of kind of the major recording centers, Los Angeles, New York, etc. So I had to drag all my equipment in and kind of build a studio over there where I could work at. So it's a great place, and I love it. I'd rather work there than pretty much anywhere except for maybe here. Brian's studio. Yeah. Basically, what I was going to say, especially with a combo amplifier, one thing that I've done for many, many years is I mic actually the back of the amplifier. Here's another wonderful Sterling mic, and what I would do, like for instance for this, to get just a really nice warm, close sound, is I would mic from the back as well. What you do is you flip the phase, either on the back mic or the front mic, because it should be out of phase, as all you guys know, right? And it just really works well. Without adding a whole pile of bottom EQ-wise, you can just get it with the balance between the two microphones. Yeah. So there you go. That's my tip for the day.